Welcome to a news bulletin here on Zodiak. My name is Simongiriziambo. Our top stories at this hour. Condolences continue to pour in following death of veteran journalist Raphael Tentani. Burial takes place today. Musco tips low-income households in the country to embrace a culture of saving through SACCOs. National Initiative for Civic Education engaged to conduct a nationwide campaign aimed at empowering citizens with knowledge on governance issues. And elsewhere, Burundi crackdown continues after failed coup against Pierre Nkurunziza. Now the news in detail. Condolences continue to pour in following the death of veteran journalist and prolific writer Raphael Tentani, who died Saturday in a car accident. Tentani, 44, will be laid to rest today. President of the Media Institute for Southern Africa, Mr. Malawi, Tom Kanje, said Tentani was an inspiration to many in the journalism industry. Meanwhile, National Coordinator of Free Expression Institute, Mr. Peter Jegwa Kumwenda, says the country has been robbed of a journalist extraordinaire.
The country has lost a true hero, and we need to recognize him as such. Raphael Tentani started journalism around 1993-94. At that time, Malawi did not have journalism schools. Malawi was just changing from single party to democracy. And for the first time, we had a lot of newspapers coming on the streets. Raphael Tentani was one of the young boys then who entered the journalism profession without any training whatsoever. But he worked very hard. He worked his way up. While many fell off along the way, Raphael and a few others remained, and he turned himself into the journalism hero that we are today celebrating. Raphael was working for the BBC, and you know that the BBC is about the highest you can get in terms of a quality media house. Not anyone can work for the BBC. Raphael has worked for the BBC from around 1999. So he has worked with them for a very long time, which shows the quality that he had. He was also a correspondent for Associated Press. He was a correspondent for PANA, as well as a regular contributor for various magazines and newspapers from the UK and from the US and from Australia. So he is someone who worked very hard and represented our country very well indeed. Raphael's column is an example of the sort of things we want to see, the sort of things the courage that we want people to show in terms of writing freely, being critical, but also being constructive. So, yes, Raphael Tentani's column had a lot of following, not because people liked Raphael for what he is, but because of the quality of his work.
Malawi Union of Credit and Savings Cooperatives, Musco, says low-income households in the country can develop further if they embrace a culture of saving through SACCOs. Musco's Marketing and Corporate Affairs Executive Chandi Mipando-Pulusa said this in Lilongwe during activities to mark an annual general meeting for 4-year SACCO. Charles Wahara has more in this report.
4-year SACCO of Lilongwe goes to its annual general meeting all smiles after registering a 9.8 million kwacha annual profit. Currently, the SACCO's membership is at 145. Christopher Numero, president for 4-year SACCO, attributed the success to members whom he described as committed and dedicated. He says that the SACCO is proving to be a magic bullet in transforming lives.
We fared pretty well, and looking at the dividends, we're on the positive, and we're avoiding more members, as to what I said in the speech there. But going forward, computerization is the key, and that will actually streamline our operation and make it more efficient, if anyway.
Moscow marketing executive Mipando Pulusa observes that many countries in Africa are doing well in improving the lives of middle-income groups through SACCOs. The Moscow marketing executive added that it is encouraging to note that many Malawians are joining SACCOs in the urban areas as opposed to the past when many thought SACCOs belonged to the rural masses.
SACCOs are performing very well. When you compare with before, people thought that SACCOs are just for low-income earners, maybe even for the rural masses. But we have seen a growth in interest in SACCO services because of the benefits that people are finding in SACCOs. In a SACCO, you don't say it's for somebody else, it's for the members. We don't call our members a customer because they are the owners of the business.
From Lilongwe, this is Charles Wahara.
Zambia police have arrested one of their own for allegedly raping a 17-year-old girl who is currently seeking shelter at Bangula flood victims camp in the district. Zambia Police Criminal Station Investigations Officer, Assistant Superintendent John Timbenao, confirmed the arrest of Chiromo Police Post Law Enforcer Sergeant Petro Mkulalelo, age 32, following the alleged rape which took place on April 30, 2015. Assistant Superintendent Timbenao says the suspect was nabbed on Saturday and will appear in court on Monday, which is today. Sergeant Petro Mkulalelo hails from Njuzi village in the area of traditional Authority Likoswe in Chiradzuru district. The National for Civic Education has entered into an understanding with government to mount a campaign aimed at empowering citizens with knowledge on governance issues and the often misunderstood roles of lawmakers and councillors in the country. Speaking during the signing ceremony, Minister of Local Government, Tarcísio Goero, said he is optimistic that once concluded, the campaign will help address the knowledge gap on utilization of local government systems. Winston Mali reports.
Since the dawn of local government system in the country, the fight for supremacy between councillors and members of parliament has been raging on. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Tarcísio Goero, says these conflicts in terms of roles of councillors and MPs threaten development of local communities. Executive Director of National Initiative for Civic Education, NICE, Mr. Olen Mwalubunju, says the campaign is a very powerful civic education drive that will create room for communities to participate in the country's democratic and development processes. On a part, Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Information, Mrs. Chimwemwe Banda, has appealed for dedication and professionalism in the implementation of the campaigns. Despite holding 5 general elections, Malawi has only held 2 tripartite elections since the dawn of multi-party democracy in 1994. Ministries of Information and Local Government, through Memorandum of Understanding signed on Friday, have teamed up with the National Initiative for Civic Education, NICE, in the implementation of the Community Mobilization on Local Government System campaign to be initially implemented in 12 districts. Winston Male, Zodiak.
And that you're watching news on Zodiac live from the Outreach Center in Lilongwe. My name is Sibongiri Ziambu. We have more news after this break. Welcome back. Before we proceed, another look at our main stories this morning. Condolences continue to pour in following death of veteran journalist Raphael Tentani, and burial takes place today. Moscow tips low-income households in the country to embrace a culture of saving through SACCOs. National Initiative for Civic Education engaged to conduct a nationwide campaign aimed at empowering citizens with knowledge on governance issues. And elsewhere, Burundi crackdown continues after failed coup against Pierre Nkurunziza. Moving on with the news, United Nations Development Fund UNDP has warned that the rapid population growth that Malawi is experiencing will be a burden to the yet-to-be-adopted Sustainable Development Goals in the country. UNDP resident representative Mia Sepo told ZBS on the sidelines of a high-level meeting on localizing Sustainable Development Goals in Lilongwe that the undesired outcomes of the country's rapid population will, among others, give pressure to the provision of all the social services that is included in the SDGs. Jacqueline Shema reports.
It all started with the European Union ambassadors to Malawi, who last month also cautioned the rapid population growth of Malawi. The envoys, who are on a countrywide tour, said the rapid population growth poses some serious threats in achieving all set development goals for the country. Now the UNDP has added its voice that the continued rapid population growth for Malawi will tremendously affect the yet-to-be sustainable development goals that Malawi will adopt alongside all countries in September this year. UNDP resident representative Mia Sepo said the population size of the country has more than tripled from about 4 million to 13 million between 1966 and 2009. She warned that this development is poised to continue growing the rest of the 21st century, reaching to about 41 million by 2050.
The risk is that the pressure on natural resources, which is already high in Malawi, further grows with a rapidly growing population. Again, if that rapidly growing population continues to rely on a very agrarian economy, the pressure on land, the pressure on forest, the pressure on the water resource base grows, and that's not going to be sustainable over time. Rapid population growth also puts a lot of pressure on social service delivery. The number of schools that needs to be built, the number of teachers that need to be trained, the number of health posts and nurses that needs to be built and trained. All of these dynamics needs to be taken into account and seriously thought through as Malawi is now planning, starting to develop its next development plan.
Minister of Health Dr. Jean Kalilan told Parliament last week that government is also worried with the rapid population growth and called for all stakeholders in the country to join hands in finding ways of curbing the problem. This is Jacqueline Khema for Zodiak in Lilongwe.
Providence Catholic Girls Secondary School has won the Association of Teaching English in Malawi Atem Drama Competition for 2015. They beat 6 other secondary schools who qualified for the finals. Charles Wahara has the details.
Providence Girls Secondary School emerged winners with their play Innocent Soul in the finals of Association of Teaching English in Malawi Atem 2015 finals and went away with 75,000 kwacha. For scooping position 2, Tsabango Secondary School got 50,000 kwacha, while Blantyre Baptist Secondary School got 35,000 kwacha for qualifying for the third spot. The 3 runners-up got 15,000 kwacha each, and these are the Zaboy Secondary School, Ligangala Secondary School, and the Longwe Girls Secondary School. 6 secondary schools qualified for the finals, and these are Ligangala Secondary School, who showcased Los Concord. Blantyre Baptist dished fate against Destiny, and Providence Girls Secondary School displayed Innocent Soul. These were ambassadors from the southern region. The central region dominated the finals, as it had Tsabango Secondary School, who displayed Wages of Wickedness. The Zaboy Secondary School were also visible through their play Cultural Conflict, and the Longwe Girls Secondary School, whose play entitled A Voice from the Inside, were a marvel to watch. Atem 2015 finals were sponsored by Zodiak Broadcasting Station to the tune of 300,000 kwacha. In his remarks, Managing Director for Zodiak Broadcasting Station, Gospel Kazako, said it is important to invest in education, hence the kind gesture. Kazako promised that Zodiak will bounce back next year to partner Atem in the finals in bigger and better way with many exciting packages. Association of Teaching English in Malawi Atem chairperson Fanuel Mabira described 2015 Atem as a great event. There were also individual awards in different categories. The finals were held at Baila Secondary School in Lilongwe. From Lilongwe, this is Charles Wahara.
We now go to international news. Eighteen people have appeared in court in Burundi accused of helping to organize last week's failed coup against President Pierre Nkurunziza. It comes amid what appears to be a crackdown against those suspected of involvement in the plot. The BBC has seen evidence of retaliatory attacks after a hospital where soldiers involved in the coup were being treated was attacked. The alleged coup ringleader, Godfroid Nyombari, is still on the run. President Nkurunziza on Saturday thanked the army for thwarting the coup and appealed for calm, although protests have continued in the capital, Bujumbura. And in sports news, the Lilongwe Rotary Club has taken to golf to raise funds to bring specialist medical doctors from India to help some Malawians hospitalized at Kam Central Hospital. The fundraising golf tournament has attracted over 22 companies as sponsors in one of the main activities the charity club has lined up. Rotarian William Chimpeni says they have so far raised 2 million kwacha. And that's about what we had time for this morning. But before we go, another look at our major stories this morning. Condolences continue to pour in following the death of veteran journalist Raphael Tentani. Burial takes place today. Moscow tips low-income households in the country to embrace a culture of saving through SACCOs. National Initiative for Civic Education engaged to conduct a nationwide campaign aimed at empowering citizens with knowledge on governance issues. And elsewhere, Burundi crackdown continues after failed coup against Pierre Nkurunziza. And that's the news. My name is Sibongile Ziambo. Thank you for watching and bye for now.